A very good morning to our lecturer, Ms. Umu. Today, me, Irina Shahira, joined by my group mates from Group 6, consisting of Brandon Ng Kam Yong, Gan Zhenxian, Gao Yao Yang, and Sarah Sophia Binti Harun, are going to be doing a presentation regarding our case study.
The topic of our task is the infamous Sabah Water Department scandal.
For the table of content, we will first start with the case background, data with offences committed, impacts, lesson learned, and also references.
Hello everybody, I am Brandon Ng Kam Yong, SUKD 2400987, and I'll be continuing on with case background. Now, I'll be explaining about Sabah's Water Department corruption case that was considered as Malaysia's biggest case of corruption on federal project funds for development that totaled RM 3.3 billion, which those funds were actually meant for the basic development of infrastructure to provide a clean water supply to the locals at Sabah. Due to that, the Sabah currently still lacks the basic infrastructure due to the misuse of funds, and because of that, many locals still rely on risky and outdated well water. For example, here, these two pictures are on recent news that I could find on the water supply issues in Sabah locals. And because of that, the Sabah locals are having a harsh time due to lacking of basic infrastructure in their water supply. SPRM or MECC, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, had launched the operation in 2016 towards the Sabah Water Department. And on that day, arrest was made during that operation on 2 deputy directors and a department director, basically the higher ups in the organization. And from then on, many court trials have occurred since 2016 until 2025, with charges involving of money laundering, around RM 114 million cash and cash in bank, and many more luxurious goods like cars, jewelry, bags, and such. And it was considered as the largest seized by the MACC. With that said, I'll pass it off to my friend here. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Now, I will elaborate on the crimes committed. There are several crimes within the Sabah Water Department scandal that have been committed. And before I explain, allow me to briefly enlighten the audience about the court case. During the hearing of Sabah's largest corruption scandal, 45-year-old investigating officer Muhammad Yusuf Awang Osman revealed to the Sessions Court Judge Abu Bakar Manat that in 2016, Lim Lam Beng, the former deputy director of the Sabah Water Department, turned over large sums of money to the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission with a sum of RM 200,000 on October 22nd and RM 1.9 million on November 7th, as well as RM 280,000 on November 8th in that following year. Now, within this, the first crime committed in the Sabah Water Department scandal is money laundering. And money laundering is defined by the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001, AMLA, by participation in a transaction involving the proceeds of illegal activity or the instrumentalities of an offense, either directly or indirectly. Within this, on December 29, 2016, Lim requested a trial on 4 charges of having money and automobiles obtained through illegal means between October and November of that year. According to Anjanim 2024, Lim was charged with being engaged in money laundering by owning a vehicle and receiving cash obtained through unlawful means alongside Ang Tahir Muhammad Talib, the department's former director, and his wife, Fauzia Ang Pyut, who entered a non-guilty plea to several charges of money laundering involving 61.57 million Malaysian ringgit and illegally possessing luxury goods. According to FMT Reports 2024, Tahir and his wife Fauzia were also jointly charged with 2 offences under AMLA's Section 1B, while Tahir was charged with 1 additional offence under Section 1A. To add, between October 13th and November 8th, 2016, Lim also had 4 charges under Section 41B of the AMLA and was accused of having RM 2.38 million in cash. The second offense committed within the Sabah Water Department case includes bribery. And within this, according to Anjanim 2024, investigating officer Muhammad Yusuf Awang Osman of the Sabah Water Department case testified that during the chief examination, there was evidence that Lim, a civil servant, had received money from a contractor in violation of Section 165 of the Penal Code and had received bribes totaling to about 31,025,495 ringgit and 11 cents between 2005 to 2015. Moreover, between October 4th and November 4th, 2016, according to FMT reports, Tahir and his spouse were accused of committing the alleged offenses at a Kota Kinabalu office, a Sembilan residence, multiple bank branches, a Sulaman condominium, and all in Sabah, Kuala Lumpur, also showcasing that their offenses committed encompasses bribery. Next, I'll pass it on to Gan to elaborate more on the other offenses committed within this scandal.
Hi Miss, my name is Gan Zhenxian, and now I will continue with the offences committed by the fourth accused in this case, Teo Chi Kong. He was the former Deputy Director of the Sabah Water Department and was found guilty for money laundering and misappropriate of funds for a total of 146 cases involving significant embezzlement of funds. He was charged with 78 counts under Section 41A, along with 68 charges under Section 41B of the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2001. The real reason behind the investigation of SPRM was because he possessed land worth of 30 million ringgit from illegal activities which involved 78 times of ownership transfer. He also possessed cash worth of around 8 million ringgit, and not only in ringgit Malaysia, but also other currencies such as Japanese yen, euro, USD, and so on. And this cash were found in Penampang and Beaufort, which were believed to be his safe house. However, he received DNAA, discharge not amounting to an acquittal, afterwards by the Section Court. In 18 February 2022, Teo was discharged from 146 charges of money laundering from illegal activities, but he has to pay a compound of 30 million ringgit imposed by the Section 92 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2001. Later on, he became the key witness of the case, which will become the most important witness to be investigated.
Hello everyone, today I will talk about the importance of the Subang water case and why it is important. This case caused many problems, from both in development and organizations, for people trust in the government was badly damaged. Many no longer believed that or trust could manage water properly. Water survived after delayed life, making it hard to stay clean and healthy. Many projects were can't, leading to financed choice for work. Why depend on them? Health risk also increased, and dry and dirty water led to more disease. Because of this, many people protect demand a change and a policy for the government. For organizations, the Subang water development suffered great demand to recursion, money that was poured to use for water infrastructure. This led to delay in projecting, outdated infrastructure, and growing demand for clean water. As a result, the government had to speed in one more fast and new rules. However, they also shut down projects, making it hard to complete flow on time. In the end, poor choice, descent, financial losses increased, and effectively in water survey a drop. The Subang water case teacher used a very important license. When money and rust are not managed for everyone, to for honest, leadership, and good management and necessary to surround the people and build a better future. Thank you, everyone.
The lesson learned. This lesson emphasized the importance of governance, transparency, technology, and reforms in public administration. First, importance of accountability. Lack of accountability led to 3.3 billion being misused. Without proper oversight, funds means to public service can be mismanaged, causing several consequences. This shows why strong governance is crucial. Second is public trust and transparency. Corruption thrives in environments with weak ethical governance. Clear communication and strict anti-corruption measures are necessary to maintain public trust and ensure resources are used properly. Third is role of technology. Digital tools can help improve transparency and efficiency in public management. By implementing smart systems, irregularities can be detected early, reducing the risk of fraud. Fourth is economic and social impact. The mismanagement of funds cause major water shortages, several affecting the daily life of the people. This shows how financial corruption directly impacts public health and livelihoods. Fifth is supervision and reform. To prevent future misconduct, strong monitoring, transparency, and balanced governance are needed. Implementing reforms can help prevent similar issues in the future. This case teaches us that accountability, transparency, and technology-driven governance are essential to prevent corruption and protect public resources. By learning from this mistake, we can work towards a more responsible and ethical public administration system. Thank you.
This is our futures.
Okay, and with that said, we'll conclude our presentation. And we would like to thank everybody for their attention on our presentation. Thank you all.